There's a lot of info to put into the meeting.
Call to order the Ironton City Council meeting of September 25th, 2025. With us this evening for our invocation is Reverend Jeff Cremines from City Mission Church. If you'll stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance to follow. Pastor.
Thank you. Our Father, we come to you today and we welcome your presence, Lord, into the business of our city. Lord, I pray that you give guidance and direction. Father, that you would just be in the midst of all this. And Lord, we pray that our town might be grow again as it once had. And we pray that you just bless these folks who are in charge. And Father, that they would seek your guidance and direction. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thanks for the work you do in our community.
Thank you.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Brown.
Here.
Cleary.
Here.
Haney. Harvey.
Here.
Hawk.
Here.
Pierce.
Mr. Haney and Mr. Pierce both have prior commitments this evening. They let us know in advance they will not be here. Next is the approval of minutes for the regular council meeting minutes of September 11th, 2025, the Finance Committee meeting minutes of September 11th, 2025, and the Public Utilities Committee meeting minutes of September 11th, 2025. Are there any errors, omissions, and additions to those meeting minutes? I have one, just FYI, on page 7 of our regular council meeting minutes, about 2/3 of the way down, I asked Marta, and she's already made that correction. After the word city, include council. City council has no role except funding that. City council has no role except funding that. So you're obviously looking. So did you find it? Yeah. About 2/3 of the way down. I'll help you in a minute. Okay. Are there any other errors, omissions, additions to that? Hearing none, those meeting minutes will stand as approved. Next is audience participation. If you would like to address the Ironton City Council, please step to the podium, state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to do so.
I won't take 5 minutes because I know I'm set up there and y'all went out of here. Frank Murphy, 701 Vernon Street. Come by tonight about Green Valley. My son owns a house down there. He couldn't be here. I used to do construction work, as y'all know. We got a major problem. Bob was down today at my son's house and seen there was a big manhole right there in the tree line that says sewage. So that's the sewer. Every time you get big rains, the storm water comes back up out of that manhole. The only way that can happen is the sewer and the storm drains are tied together. We were fined $1 million when I was on council. They just put all this in, I think it was what, 18 million? Something like that. I knew it was quite a bit. And we got the same problem. I do know citizens down there have already contacted EPA. And EPA is going to start looking into it.
Frank, we're still under a consent decree with the EPA. We've been working with Ohio EPA, the federal EPA, and we have an environmental attorney to represent us out of Cincinnati that comes and gives us updates. He was here last meeting because we do still have some combined storm sewer overflows. I can't say that that's one specifically, but I know we
this
do.
is all brand new.
Yeah, but the other issue is that's not all tied together yet with a ribbon on it. If once it's complete by the end of this year, once it's complete, that'll have a lift station and pump the stormwater out, and that water won't rise up to meet the sewer. So that issue will be taken care of.
Okay.
It's just not yet.
Okay, one more thing on it. Where my son lives is McPherson side of Karen Street, right close to the corner, 1600 block. The water flows to the flood wall side, the creek side. All the manholes from down through there don't flood. His does, up here. That tells me the water's flowing this way.
I'm not an engineer.
But
Well-
which
But-
where is he on the Thomas, closer to Thomas?
No, you know, Karen, as you come in off McPherson, you turn left. You come around the curve, he's about the 5th house down on your left. 1607. It was Tim Houston's house that passed away.
Oh, okay. So it's on the wrong Karen.
Yeah. And I've got a picture.
It's supposed to flow from that cul-de-sac towards
Storms Creek.
the new system does though.
That's the manhole, and all you see is water coming up out of it.
Yeah, that's why the pump station's not on, but the
Then
sewer
it
part.
comes with like sewage, you're more welcome.
The sewer part too, another thing that has to be done once we finally got everything by operation, there's still a lot of people that are connected to the sewers with their storm drains. We have to smoke test to get everybody, that way we'll know that nothing's going on.
Well, I know he's not, because the work went on down there, his sewer lines collapsed. I had to replace them all the way out. So there's nothing tied to the sewer.
Yeah, we're not
But-
finished, yeah.
Well, I know it's not finished, but on brand new sewer lines, brand new storm drains, you should not have storm water in the sewer.
Well, it has nowhere to get out of there still though. And so
But how's it getting in there? They're two separate lines.
They're not. They're combined. They're combined.
They're actually combined?
Yes.
Wait,
Now, some of them are separated, but we have a combined system, and the way that system is taken care of is the sewer is up here.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's
My basic understanding.
It's not that way there.
My basic understanding, Frank, was that the sewer's up here and the stormwater's here. Once we get it pumping out of there, it won't raise to that level. But
See, I was always understanding the pipes are round and there was a divider straight down. Sewer on one side, storm on the other.
It is here.
But
It
I
is
know
on
those
this
aren't
end
like
of
that
town.
down there.
right,
It is on this end of town. They didn't
Yeah.
have a storm line though. So these are all new storm lines. Their sewer lines were serving as storm lines for most of the people down there that had sump pumps, foundation drains,
but
trench
again,
drains, all that.
none of it's going to work right until it's completed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try and give you a heads up because when you got storm water coming out of your sewer, there's problems.
So that's where we would have to smoke test to get everybody's offline from their homes. It's backing up them sewer main. That's what's going on.
Well, I didn't think we was allowed to smoke test no more neither.
Oh, we have to smoke test.
Well, it went in somebody's house and the city got sued over.
Well, then we're actually supposed to smoke test as soon as this is done, so we have everything.
Well, see, they've done the final paving. And I thought all that would be done before the final paving would be done in case there was repairs.
No, everything. So the problem is it all flows to the main point. Like everything in the whole area will flow to the lowest point, which is Mimosa and Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
and go to that pump station that's over there in the field.
Yeah.
And that will pump it out. The problem is the pump station's not in operation yet, so everything makes its way there, and then it starts to back up through the system. So once that pump station's online, you can pump everything
Okay.
out. The problem is it's just backing up at this point.
Well, that's what the backing up I didn't understand because the manholes closer to where you're talking aren't flooding. The manholes farther away are flooding. That tells me those are lower than these here.
Well, those are sewer
I
lines.
mean, it's common sense, water doesn't flow
Yeah,
up.
I'm talking about the storm one. The storm
That's what
system
I'm
we
talking.
just put in. The sewer system, totally, it's the same system that's been there.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. Might have more.
Are you sure it's the same? Because the manholes for the sewer
They're
down
not
there,
the same down there.
no, the sewer.
They used to be.
The manholes for the old sewer lines were in the middle of the street. Now they're on a tree line.
Yeah, if they've relocated the main. It said sewer on the main one you're talking
It says
about?
sewer right on it.
Yeah.
And I know used to, right down before the corner, there was a manhole right there in the middle of the street that was sewer. that when it would storm, it'd blow that one off.
Yeah, so, but the sewer is still the same sewer system for the most part. Like, we didn't run all new sewer lines through there.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
You said you weren't gonna take
Yeah,
5
I know,
minutes.
I got that. I'm sorry. You guys all have a good night. Yeah, I was thinking that for you.
Good evening. To add to that, his house is exactly across from my 1606 that I've complained about. I don't know if you noticed it, Bob, when you were down there looking at his, but you said something about the water will flow out. It's got to have a catch basin to go to, and that's the problem we have. There's no catch basin. It's flowing onto our property and onto the sidewalk, and that's my complaint. But I was just
Excuse me, you're saying your house is across the street?
exactly across from him.
I didn't
Yes.
know that.
Yes.
That's kind of looking, when I come down today, I was kind of looking around.
So you see the concern about his sewer fell in, I think it was November, Thanksgiving or October. So there lies my concern that my sewer going to fall in. And he was telling me about the cobra pipe and stuff that they found. It wasn't all totally crushed. Wasn't totally crushed, but there was something else wrong with it. But that's another concern of mine, that I'll be responsible for that. But I wanted to bring up, he brought up about the asphalt. Do people that cut grass for a business down in the valley, do they have to have a permit? About halfway down Carroll Street, about 2 houses before 1606, there's already some kind of somebody has done something to the asphalt. It's got creases in it. Trailers with lawn stuff on them. They take up a lot of the space of the street, but they just drop that stuff down. They wheel off of it, and I don't know if that asphalt there's a pretty good. It's probably from me past that wall. It's got grooves in it that I don't know if it'll hold up or not.
From a trailer, is that what you're saying?
That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know 100%, but I'm just saying there's something that's caused a problem.
And to answer your question, it depends on whether they're a business or not. If they're a business, they're supposed to be registered as a business.
Okay, because I know we have a lot that come down there and they're always big.
If it's neighborhood fellas, probably not.
You're probably on target because what you're talking about, they have big ramps on the back of the trailer.
Yes.
A lot of them have hydraulic cylinders that they can valve them down, and some of them just pull the pin. That's a fall.
Well, and my sister lives right on the cul-de-sac on the other end, and she said they fly around that. We used to have a stop sign there, and she said most people didn't stop, but they did slow down. But she said they whip around there now. It's unbelievable how fast they go. So I just wanted to draw attention to that, and also wanted I wanted clarification on the agenda. So the mayor and council are considering raising sewer rates for citizens. Is that something that I read in the agenda that you all are considering? A sewer rate? There was some kind of rate?
That was to increase the tap fee for new construction build.
No, it wasn't that. I thought that I read somewhere else there was some kind of sewer rate that you weren't going to do it right now, but okay, well, I'll reread it then. But that's what I thought. And I'll just mention it again. Still, I understand that we're going to see some progress possibly next week at 1606 with them looking at the drains and everything. Another question. I know that Thomas Street flooded horribly last night because I filmed it at 3 o'clock this morning. What is the procedure? I did call because I didn't know if the Ironton police were out at that time, but I did call the sheriff's department to notify somebody. I don't know if they passed that on or not. I could only hear one pump running. If there's 2 temporary pumps and they're diesel, who checks on those? I mean, we had 2 months of, and I told you 2 months of no rain, and then you have all this rain, you know it's coming. who's on call to be checking this? So maybe these poor people don't have mud, a foot high in front of their driveways and down the street and water. And I know there were some people online complaining about it.
Right now, it's not been handed back over to us. So once that is, our flood department would handle that. Right now, it's still the contractor.
So Arcadis or Allards?
Out.
So we're supposed to call Allards when we see it's flooding, no matter what.
That's like at 3 a.m.
Oh, it was already flooded by then.
Yeah, I don't know that you're going to be able to get a hold of anybody. I think you did the right thing by calling the police, at least keep people out of like a high water emergency. So I think you probably did the right thing by at least notifying the police. But I don't know that any contractor is going to answer at 3 a.m.
Well, I understand that, but I'm just saying, I think if they would check the pumps.
Yes.
If have someone on call or something and put a little effort into it.
I don't disagree.
Or even maybe a phone number there. Call this number if you see flooding or something, for the people down there. And it may never flood again, and it may flood every day for the next week. We don't know,
And as I told you before the meeting started, this surveyor is going to be with the city engineer next week down in your area looking at slopes and driveways and runoff. So just
It'll be the city surveyor?
No, it'll be an independent surveyor.
It won't be with Arcadis?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, good. Okay. Do you know who it'll be with?
I don't. You probably got the same email ID.
Can we get notified? Can we get notified that they're coming?
I can't imagine Kevin wouldn't share that, especially if he's in your area.
Is Kevin arranging it?
Yes. Yeah. Any others? Next is communications, and just wanted to mention we've already accepted the letter from Chris Perry dated September 10th, 2025 regarding his resignation from City Council, but the letter that's in our packets, I asked Marta to remove because there were like so many email addresses listed there who he sent them to, but he didn't sign it at the bottom. It just says sent from my iPhone. So I would just request that we add Chris Perry's name to the top of that, or before sent from my iPhone, so it doesn't look like it was auto-generated from Apple. I just asked that be added. If I could get a second, please. Nate.
Make a motion to add Chris Perry's name on the resignation letter right in front of.
Thank you. Roll call.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Thank you all. Reports we have on our desk this evening: the mayor's budget 2026. Nate.
Make a motion to accept and make part of the minutes the mayor's budget submitted for 2026.
Bob.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
That'll be Mr. Haney's the chair December 1st, but that always brings to mind, Sam, just the new finance committee, making sure we set up budget workshops. Okay.
That's just a formality by charter. I have to submit that.
But it always makes me think.
It's never what you guys would have settled on. So.
It always makes me think of budget workshops.
It has to be to you by October, so there it is.
Thank you. Ordinances, if the clerk could please give ordinance 2543 first reading by title.
Amending the permanent operating budget for the city of Ironton, state of Ohio for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
If the clerk could please give ordinance 2536 second reading by title.
Prohibiting the cultivating, processing, distributing, dispensing, testing, or selling of medical marijuana and adult use cannabis, and declaring an emergency. Second reading.
Right.
I was just going to get a little discussion on that, even though there's no action can be taken on that tonight. And I know I've spoken with some of you, but just to give some of the reasoning behind that. Number one is I know that a couple of you prepared a resolution to address the uncertainty on tax revenue from marijuana sales, but that is what spurred me to introduce this legislation is given the uncertainty that we have from our state legislature right now on whether tax revenue from the sale of marijuana is actually going to end up in local government funds. That is the why behind originally introducing that. That is reason number one for me. And number two, I think there are a number of negatives that I see with introducing the sale of marijuana in the city and making it more accessible. And so, to me, the negatives really begin to outweigh the pros when we don't have the tax revenue coming in from it. And so, negatives such as effects on public health when it comes to anxiety, depression, addiction issues, and especially if it trickles down into getting into the hands of adolescents. And I believe that the easier we make access, the more that will happen. And last but not least, I think it's if we don't go the direction of prohibiting the sale of marijuana in our city limits, I think we really need to consider where we are going to allow dispensaries to operate in our city, because I think their placement is important, and I think that we probably need to be thinking about, is that what we want in our downtown or coming off the Ironton Russell Bridge? These are things I think we should be cognizant of.
Bob?
I'm thinking that we've already voted on that, not for this dispensary in particular, but to not allow the marijuana sales in the city.
No, we voted on groweries in residential neighborhoods. And we moved it only to exclusively business and industrial to keep it out of residential. So yes, you're right in your recollection that we did something with it, but it was about moving it out of residential areas into business and industrial areas.
Well, I know that the marijuana people came in and talked to us and wanted to put down Park Avenue a store to sell. So is that what you're referring to?
No.
Or we voted that down.
No, that was even before the state passed passed this. That was about medical marijuana only, but we weren't involved in the application of that, but we didn't get accepted for that. And there's different areas designated. I think Athens may be the closest place.
They opened Jackson.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But we just weren't selected for that. Next is ordinance 2538, which received favorable recommendation from finance. If the clerk could please give that second reading by title only.
Authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Cooper's Glass and declaring an emergency. Second reading.
John has exhibits up here. If you missed finance meeting, just FYI. If the clerk could please give second. Oh, sorry, Nate.
Like missing that guy, favorable recommendation. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. If the clerk could please give ordinance 2539 second reading by title.
Establishing fee to install sewer tap and declaring emergency. Second reading.
If the clerk could please give ordinance 2540 second reading by title.
Authorizing the mayor to enter into a professional services contract with Arcadis for design and construct of the Ironton wastewater treatment plant improvements, digester, trickling filter, and disinfection project, and declaring an emergency. Second reading.
Nate.
Make a motion to table ordinance 25.
Bob.
I'll second the motion to table.
Discussion. Roll call.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Ordinance 2540 has been tabled. Bob.
I want to go back, just FYI, on this sewer tap rates. John, I had asked you.
Bob, can we do it? But let's do some miscellaneous.
Okay.
Let's do
That's fine.
miscellaneous. let's hit these resolutions. If the clerk could please give resolution 2541 reading by title only.
Encouraging the distribution of tax revenue to municipalities and declaring an emergency.
Bob.
Make a motion we pass resolution 2541.
Nate.
Second.
Roll call.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Resolution 2541 passes. And just FYI, Brigham and Mac have prepared a letter to accompany that resolution for me to sign and send certified mail to our state legislators. Help me remember who, besides Jason Stevens, who
Shane Wilkins,
Shane Wilkins.
State Senator, and Jason Stevens.
There was, seems like there was one other. Would we maybe include Brian Baldridge in that?
You know who represents us, and he's not in the House anymore.
Okay.
It's,
Wouldn't do any good to send it to him then, would it?
we're not in that district. It's just Jason.
All right, so I will be taking care of that, just FYI, to
Thank
you guys getting that sent. And Marley, I'll work with you to get that sent. If the clerk can please give resolution 2542 reading by title only.
Adopting the alternative tax budget for the city of Ironton, Ohio for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2026, and submitting the same to the county auditor of Lawrence County and declaring an emergency.
Bob.
Make a motion we pass resolution 2542.
Nate.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Resolution 2542 passes. If the clerk could please give resolution 2544 reading by title only.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and/or Local Transportation Improvement Programs, and to execute contracts as required and declare an emergency.
Bob.
I make a motion that we pass resolution 2544.
Nate.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawk.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Regarding resolution 2544 passes. Regarding resolution 2544, did you want to try to get a finance committee meeting to discuss the match on that, or was that resolved?
No, it's not resolved. We need to give the mayor some direction on council bill, how we want to follow that. So I'd be happy to have a finance committee meeting and discuss that. Mayor, do you have,
Right now,
I'm sorry, right now?
the finance committee meeting,
No.
when?
I mean,
Well, I guess I'm asking when the applications due as well.
Next week, the 3rd, I think, is Thursday, 2nd, maybe it's Friday. They told me Thursday just to have it by then.
Okay.
and if it doesn't need a finance recommendation, we can just
It
handle
does
it.
not need a
No, what I
finance-
need to, I don't even need the allocation to be made by then. I just need to be able to know what we're applying for. Because we have to have the scope and the request. And then whatever we do decide on, we are going to need to certify that that amount of match will be in, let's say, road and bridge improvement fund or whatever you want to take it from.
Just again, I'm sorry, some clarification. Estimated, okay, $416,000 out of our pocket, either by loan or cash, and a $300,000 match with the program for a total of $716,000. And that would get South Third Street repaired all the way to Center. Correct?
Yeah.
And then with that $416,000 match, that can be financed at 10% or 10 years.
Now, so the 416, they won't consider the loan as match. So the loan is an addition. So you increase the loan, we increase our match also. that makes sense.
Not really. So the 100,000, so the 100,000's out of pocket cash, right?
If we
And
go
the 300.
for 400, so, all right, so think about so the scoring criteria, 25% is maximum points on the scoring for the application. So if we went for a 400,000, which would be your minimum if we went for the maximum grant award, which is 300,000, to get 25%, we'd need a $400,000 project, which would put us at $100,000, 25%.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we were say we're going to do a $500,000 project, now your 25% is what, like 120, and you
Okay.
have an 80,000 loan.
Now I'm following you. So the total of 716,000, right? So we need 25% of that
Yes.
for the match. So it's $175,000 match, and everything above and beyond the 300,000 to be financed. So 179 plus 300,000. So it's 479,000.
Yeah.
So we're going to finance 237,000 for 10 years at 0%.
And if
179 out of pocket,
John,
300,000 grant, and 237, 10 years 0%.
Nate, if you're trying to,
If you want to go all the way, yes.
But yeah, that's what I'm.
And it'd probably be, just like I said, there are some things that I'm still getting those final numbers on the storm stuff from John Haskins. And so it could, I was being conservative prior to that. So we may,
we have close to that amount in state highway. And since
it is
it's Third Street, is it considered,
it's an alternative state highway.
so that's an alternate source of?
We have a dedicated revenue source that we could use for
Yeah,
financing.
Really,
I'm
really,
just saying
the only
there's an
ones-
addition, that, because it's Third Street, there's an additional Fund 11, just,
Correct.
and ironically, it has about that much money.
We chose Third Street because really the only ones that qualified was Third Park and then Second from Park, which ODOT still maintains Park and Second from Park to the bridge. So we decided not to do those. They're going to maybe try to do that soon though.
John?
There is a big unknown in there though that the mayor had mentioned, and that's that hump in front of Rice.
Yeah.
So
Yes, yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of storm stuff, so you could have some match coming out of storm too. Because those aren't going to be, I mean, it's going to be part of the project, but it's really stuff that we're doing while we're in there.
We have no idea what that is.
That, no. And the way that's going to go is once you start tearing it up, we're going to fix it. Like, we figure it out. It's going to have to shut down Third Street to do that.
Nate?
I personally would like to go ahead and see that move forward, the Third Street, the center. I think for that, and to be able to get a 300,000 match, and the balance at a 0% loan, I think it's worth it. Another thing, when you're identifying the funds on that application, I want to make sure
We have time to do that part.
I want to identify a general state highway.
Yeah, we have a
storm, because it could be multiple.
Yeah.
I just need to really tell them, hey, design this.
Yeah.
And that needs to be done like ASAP. So the funds part can be figured out.
Robbie?
I'm just curious, are there any, is there any infrastructure under that section of First Street that needs repair, other than like the couple unknowns? Are there any sewer lines, water lines that?
No, that's all I'm waiting on is a few, like John Haskins has some errands good on water wise because we just did a big problem.
Okay.
So,
That'd be awesome.
I have one thing too. Now we're just talking, but this is going to go from Third from Mulberry to Center.
I didn't take us from Jones. It's
Okay.
finished the entire Third Street.
Got it.
From what's already been done.
At Third and Jefferson, is there any room for doing some sort of turning lane improvements at that intersection?
Well, it'll have to be
While we're doing this?
repainted.
While
Yeah,
we're-
we
while we're in this, just for traffic flow in that particular intersection.
That'd be nice.
Is there any objection to moving forward with that?
Good.
And I'll get you guys some final numbers, just because, like I said, design cost, all that. We'll get the final total, so I just need to know that you're wanting to go all the way to the finished.
We kind of segued right into miscellaneous from resolution 2544. Do you have anything? We blended resolution 2544 into miscellaneous. Do you want?
I think you already passed it, right?
Yeah, I'm saying we're in miscellaneous now. Do you want to
Oh,
say?
am I done?
Huh?
Or are you asking if I got anything else?
Yes.
God, what else do you want me to do? I'm just kidding. No, I mean, and I know this is going to be a little bit, but I'm sure this is why you're here, maybe why he's here. All of you guys have probably got the same phone calls today, flooding. We did get some monitoring reports back, and even though I know it's normal right now, especially given the situation down there, we had flooding all over the city, and they estimated that we had 4.53 inches of rainfall in a 24-hour period. That qualifies a 25-year storm event. EPA, when we design and build anything, it's a 2-year storm event, and that's usually at about 2.6 inches of rainfall. So this was a significant, golly washer. I don't know if you've seen the videos of Diedrich Boulevard and Ashland and Huntington. It's just, so I mean, I think, well, yes, there are a lot of things we got to address still with some of our projects, but I don't know that anything could have stopped. There's no system designed to hold that amount of rainfall. I mean, we wouldn't have any room for roads if we had to have that size storm. So just so everyone understands, anybody listening or anybody talking to anybody, it was more. I didn't realize how significant of a rainfall that is. So, but yeah, that's, and we do hope that they're hopeful that the pump station should be in by the end of October. I'm not saying anything else about the rest of the project being done, all the punch list items or anything. I'm just saying the pump station should be operating hopefully by the end of October.
Thanks. Clean up.
13th, 14th, October.
14th through the 18th. Is that it? What's the hours? 9 to 5? Saturday as well? Okay. Thank you. Other miscellaneous?
Yeah. I wanted to ask Johnny about the sewer taps in Ashland, the city of Ashland. Did you find out how much they charge?
Yes, sir. On their legislation, 4 or 6 inch tap inside the city limits is $1,800. Outside the city limits is $2,200. If it's over a 6 inch sewer tap, it is the actual cost of the tap and installation. Outside the city limits, it's the actual cost plus 10%.
And I can't confirm, but I had asked because I'd heard this before, but it is private now that the commissioner sold Union Road sewer. I was told it was $15,000 for a sewer tap up there. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what I've been told. It's pretty significant. That's Union Road.
It's going to $1 million homes.
Yeah.
Gold toilets, flush light.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Robbie?
Yeah, I was just going to ask the mayor. I'm sure you're probably aware of this. I was wondering updates on Vernon and Second Street. I noticed there's at the intersection of Vernon and Second, the road's coming apart, and it seems like there's maybe a water leak there because it's staying down.
So we went to the week that it happened was the week they shut down the Ashton Bridge, and so Aaron called and was like, "Hey, I can shut down Second Street if you want and fix this, or we can wait until the bridge situation figures itself out." I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, that'd be a mess.
And then we happened to have the one on Third pop off the same week, so they're minor leaks, but we were just kind of letting that kind of fizzle out because it would have been a nightmare.
So yeah, it should be soon.
Yeah.
And then the another road spot in front of the board office on 5th Street, in between the Ironton board office and the courthouse, there's another section of the road there that looks like maybe, I don't know if there might be a leak going on there too, but
Yeah, dig out. Has it been dug out?
it's just like this big of a hole that's either been dug out or has crumbled out, I'm not sure which.
They got a lot of dig outs over there, that's for sure. There's definitely quite a few that they're more so focused on it now that we've got the meter exchange thing happen, but everybody's been all hands reading meters for months. And that's why I told him, I said, now that you're going to have new meters at work, you can start focusing on fixing all these dig outs.
Perfect.
I will say, just about your first thing was about stormwater, and like I've heard from a dozen people today about water in their basements and flooding, and I don't know what kind of an audience we get, but for the people that have flooding, if it's clear rainwater, that's a property issue. If it's sanitation or sewer water coming up through your basement, then that's a city issue that we need to know about. But don't leave it. I always think of it like parents that bring their kids to the emergency room with a fever, and we say, "Did you give them something for their fever?" And they say, "No, we wanted you to see that they had a fever." Take care of the issue first. Call us, let us know at the city. Terry, is there a direct extension for the sewer on the menu?
No.
Sanitation,
So,
The sewer, it would just be sewer, just department.
sewer department, direct
Which-
line.
Yeah, which should be on the website
Okay.
if they looked it up.
Anyway, just wanted to mention that big difference. Had a dozen people, all of which seem to be clear, which is the good news. That the bad news is it flooded some of their basements, but the good news is it's stormwater, and from a apparently 25-year event that we all slept through. Or I'd have been outside building an ark, I guess. Hey,
I had three things. Last was going to be a request for executive session. First, I'd like to make a motion to accept the finance director's 5-year financial forecast and make it part of their minutes.
Jacob, I'll second. Roll call, please.
Brown,
Aye.
Cleary, Harvey, Hawk.
Aye. Second thing is, I didn't know if there was any updates as far as being able to get the agendas on the city website. I know we probably had a strategic planning committee about that. I didn't know if there was any progress on being able to get that. I know we're talking about, that was the only thing that was in a Word doc form, is that correct?
Yeah,
Is that where we left off?
Yeah. That's all he said he needed was Word doc.
Okay.
I know there was like a discussion we were having about the agendas, maybe, like other than what you want in the minutes or the agendas. The minutes will reflect if the because remember we were talking about like all the ordinances are codified.
Okay, so we're talking about putting the minutes on, is that right?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
what
all?
Okay.
All you gotta do is send it to Brad. And, I mean, me and him have talked about it so many times, so all we gotta do is send that to him.
In Word form, correct?
Yeah.
Marty, do you?
Just the minutes only, or the agenda?
I think we decided that the low-hanging fruit was that the minutes were already in the right format, so if we could at least go ahead and start there
Once approved.
once approved,
Yes.
and submitting them over in Word document to Brad Bayer.
That came from strategic plan.
Okay. Yes. I make a motion to go to executive session and discuss litigation and property with the finance director, mayor, and solicitor. No action to follow.
How long do you want?
Yeah.
Well, 5 minutes.
He always says 5 minutes.
Yeah, I used to say 3, but it's not.
Put the timer on.
5 minutes.
Yep, put the timer on, Craig.
Is that a second, Bob?
The second.
Yeah, executive.
Roll call, please.
Brown.
Aye.
Cleary.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Hawks.
Aye.
Klein.
Aye.
Thank you. We are adjourned.